The treaty seeks to construct a multinational highway linking major cities, including Dakar, Senegal, Bissau. At present, Liberia and Guinea-Bissau remain the only two countries yet to ratify this agreement. I therefore urge the legislature to ratify this treaty, ensuring Liberia's full participation in this transformative infrastructure project, which will strengthen regional integration of our people. Sincerely, 𝙏𝙃𝙀 𝘍𝙼𝙔, President. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was the reading of his second communication from His Excellency 𝙏𝙃𝙀, presenting to this House an agreement or a treaty to establish the Dakar-Abidjan corridor amongst the governments of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, Gambia, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Senegal. That is the first reading of the treaty.
So, to this end,
Mr. Speaker, I am pleased to submit to your honorable body the below listed instruments for ratification. 1. Protocol to eliminate illicit trade in tobacco products. Liberia became a signatory of the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control on 25 June 2004 and ratified it on 15 September 2009. However, Liberia has not yet ratified the protocol on illicit trade in tobacco products. The objective of the protocol is to eliminate all forms of illicit trade in tobacco products as outlined in Article 15 of the WHO FCTC. This protocol was developed due to the international increase in illicit tobacco trade, which impacts public health. Illicit trade makes tobacco products more accessible and affordable, undermining tobacco control policies and government revenue, while contributing to criminal activities such as terrorist financing. 2. Convention on Psychotropic Substances 1971. Liberia signed the Convention on Psychotropic Substances on February 21, 1971. State parties to the convention are required to limit the use of psychotropic substances to make medical and scientific purposes and ensure their availability for those purposes. This convention, together with the Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs 1961 as amended in 1972, and the United Nations Convention Against Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances 1988, are referred to as International Drug Control Conventions. They facilitate cross-border movement of internationally controlled substances for medical, scientific, and industrial use while preventing the diversion of illicit channels. Liberia has ratified the Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs 1961 as amended in 1972 and the United Nations Convention Against Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances 1988. Only the Convention on Psychotropic Substances 1971 remains to be ratified. Honorable Speaker, I urge the legislature to ratify these international instruments, which, among other things, are germane to curb smuggling of tobacco and tobacco products and prevent the diversion of controlled substances from legal sources while ensuring their availability for scientific and medical use. Sincerely, 𝙏𝙃𝙀, President of the Republic of Liberia. Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a third communication from His Excellency 𝙏𝙃𝙀, submitting for ratification the protocol to eliminate illicit trade in tobacco products and the Convention on Psychotropic Substances 1971. Those were the first readings of the instruments.
Honorable colleagues, with the communication from the executive, I have to do legislative enactment on the following bills and acts for the collection of processing data, a treaty on the establishment of the 𝙏𝙃𝙀 corridor, a protocol to eliminate illicit drugs in tobacco, and a convention on illicit substance. What is your waiting pleasure? Honorable Fogo.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Richard Nambwe, Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Honorable Deputy Speaker, co-presiding, fellow colleagues. With this communication coming from the office of His Excellency Joseph Yuma Bwaka, President of the Republic of Liberia, communication that has to do with an act for the collection, processing, transformation, storage, protection, and use of personal information in Liberia. I wish, and with the next communication here that has to do with treaty on the establishment of Dakar-Abidjan corridor among the government of Liberia, among the government of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, Republic of Liberia, Republic of Gambia, and the Republic of Guinea, the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, the Republic of Liberia, the Republic of Sierra Leone, and the Republic of Senegal, and the protocol to eliminate illicit trade in tobacco products, and the Convention on psychotropic substances. So in keeping with the first communication that has to do with the art of collection and processing, this communication I move is that if I can obtain the second, that this communication be forwarded to the relevant committees. The first communication that has to do with the collection and processing, it should be forwarded to LTA, the Committee on Post and Communication. And the next one should be that has to do with the treaty on the establishment of the Dakar-Abidjan. That communication to be forwarded to the Committee on Transport and Public Works in collaboration with the Judiciary. So we should also include the Judiciary Committee on the first communication, and we have the Judiciary on the second communication. And the last communication here should be forwarded to Commerce and Industry, Health, and Judiciary, if I can obtain a second.
The motion put forward by the Right Honorable Safogo. Are you all ready to vote?
Ready.
All those in favor say yea. Those against say no. The yea has it. Honorable Chief Clerk, you act accordingly.
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to the last one, the convention I talk about the substance should be given to health and judiciary. The protocol on eliminating illicit trade in tobacco should be given to commerce and industry and judiciary. So the motion has been passed. We're making serious emphasis to all the committee that this various act has been presented to please report on a timely basis. We know that a lot of actions or laws and acts that within committee room are overstayed. We can notice that most committees are not effective. We urge to please follow your working groups. Hold on. So we take charge of all these things. Our Senate and the Chief Clerk, please take charge of these things. Prior to the 2-week deadline, please let us inform us. Okay, thank you so much. The time frame, okay, yeah.
In 2 weeks.
Okay. Take your 2 weeks, please. Next.
So, LNTV, we said welcome to the sitting of the second quarter of the second session of the Honorable House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature of the Republic.
Honorable Richard Nambik, Speaker of House of Representatives, the 55th Legislature, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Subject: invitation to relevant ministries to appear before plenary on international student schemes and safety measures. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I respectfully present my compliments and write a request that the plenary of this honorable house extends an invitation to the following ministers to appear and provide detailed briefings on measures currently in place to protect Liberian students seeking international scholarships. 1. The Minister of Foreign Affairs. 2. The Minister of Education. 3. The Minister of Labor. This request is necessitated by the increasing number of reports and complaints from Liberian students who, in their pursuit of scholarship and study opportunities abroad, fall victims to fraudulent schemes, human trafficking, exploitation, and other forms of abuse. Honorable Speaker and fellow colleagues, many of these students are lured into what they believe to be legitimate academic programs, only to be stranded, scammed, or molested in foreign countries. This alarming trend demands immediate attention and concrete governmental intervention. Therefore, the appearance of the aforementioned ministers is critical to 1. Provide a comprehensive outline of the systems or policies currently in place to verify and monitor international scholarship offers. 2. Share strategies to educate and protect Liberian students on scholarship schemes. 3. Clarify interministerial roles in curbing the trafficking and exploitation of students under the guise of educational opportunities. 4. Present future plans to establish safe channels for Liberian students to pursue education abroad. I trust this honorable body recognizes the urgency of safeguarding our future leaders and will act promptly on this matter. The sentiments of high esteem I remain yours sincerely, Anthony F. Williams, Representative Electoral District 2, Midland County, Chairman, Houses Committee on Banking and Currency. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a communication from your honorable colleague requesting this august body to invite before it 3 ministers as read.
According to the communication from Right Honorable Anthony F. William, what is your will and pleasure? Honorable Sekou Kane.
Executive poll in one corner, so he won't talk.
Yeah.
So speaker. Good.
Yeah.
You know what?
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues, I've been listening to the bit of the communication on our honorable colleague on the land of sunshine, Maryland having a District 2 in Maryland. I move if I can obtain a second communication to send to the Committee on Foreign Affairs and Good Governance and report back to plenary in 2 weeks time, if I can obtain a second.
Already.
With the motion put forward by the Right Honorable gentleman from District 2, what is your will and pleasure? Are you ready to vote? Alright, Honorable Soka.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, to the movement. I will be ready to vote. If you could kindly accept the simple amendment, we could simply call the distinguished gentleman from Maryland to please explain the basis that trickle is all important subject matter of full constant. If you will kindly accept.
For only 2 minutes.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
So
so much.
why the
Please buffer rise.
so you are to elasticize? Please just speak on the 2 issues you put forward away.
I think is it too, Chief Clerk?
That's only for salary adjustment as well.
Yeah, they are not ready.
But we don't want to call you back again to
So
elasticize.
you read it.
Okay, please read it for us.
Say so 10 minutes. 5
Honorable Richard Nawekon, Speaker, House of Representatives, 55th Legislature, Capital Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Subject: request for review and adjustment of staff salaries and benefits of work and establishment of additional political positions. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I respectfully crave your distinguished indulgence to consider a review and adjustment in the salaries and benefits of the following categories of staff serving in the offices of members of the House of Representatives as we gear towards the recast or 2026 national budget. Representative staffs: 1. Representative staff, 2. Central administration staffs, and 3. Plenary secretariat staff. These individuals play critical roles in supporting the legislative and representational function of members, and an enhancement in their remuneration will serve to both motivate and retain qualified personnel. Furthermore, I propose the establishment of 4 additional political support positions in the office of each honorable member to ensure broader constituency engagement and targeted program implementation. These positions are as follows: 1. Youth coordinator to engage and mobilize young constituents addressing issues of education, employment, and civic participation. 2. Women coordination to support women-focused programs and ensure gender inclusion in constituency activities. 3. Religious coordinator to liaise with faith-based organizations and promote moral and ethical values in community outreach. for disabled coordinator to advocate for and facilitate the inclusion of persons living with disabilities in legislative outreach and service delivery. This initiative seeks to enhance representation, improve service delivery, and align legislative offices with modern administrative and constituency engagement practices. Others include District Information Officer, Coordinator for Disadvantaged District Youth, District Scholarship Coordinator, District Security Coordinator. I trust this honorable body will give this request its utmost consideration for the advancement of institutional capacity and national development. Respectfully submitted, Honorable Anthony F. Williams, Representative, Louis-Solocan Electoral District 2, Maryland County, Chairman, Horses Committee on Banking and Currency. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, now is the second reading of the communication from colleague Anthony F. Williams. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Deputy. Ask the right honorable from District 2 to amend the motion.
Obviously, that will be amended. Thank you. My brother.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. Having listened to the second communication, let me say to our colleagues, thanks so much for that communication that you brought forward on the floor. I believe that this is something that has been discussed at the level of the rules and order technically. But be it as it may, I move if I can obtain a second. The proponent be given 2 + 2, 4 minutes. Each of the communication and the second communication be sent to the committee on ways, means and final and rules and order and report back in 2 weeks if I can obtain a second.
With the motion for being second, are you already voted?
Already.
Honorable Abba June.
Already.
Yes, already. That instead of giving our colleague 4 minutes, the 2 minutes be maintained.
Why it is true that different colleagues is suggest party. I saw you
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. Mr. Speaker, the reason we are asking for the second letter to be treated separately because of the sensitivity nature of it. Mr. Speaker, our staff, they are the engine of our offices. When you look at the way our staff are being paid, when you do the competitive nature in terms of equilibrium across government, then our staff are being paid peanut money. Given this reason, all of the lawmakers say to be able to discuss the issue, give an opportunity to be able to discuss it instead of discussing it at the level of rule and order that will not be able to get privilege sometimes to give our input. Mr. Movement, I know you're finished talking, but you must be part of the
This is what the House of Representatives went through committee, and we believe in our colleagues and we do due diligence and report to them August as so we can.
Are you already voted?
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, to the movement, I'll be ready to vote. Were you to kindly look at the first communication and send it to the appropriate committee? The first communication, Speaker of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other relevant entity. I don't think it should be going to rules and order. So I'll be. Okay, so oh, okay, then thank you. Then I will take back mine. Thank you.
Okay. What amendment may, are you on the vote? All those in favor say yea? Those against it, nay. The year has it. We now give the public the chance to elasticize. 2 minutes only, please.
Thank you, Lord. It's a 4. It's 4. 2. Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, today we have given the opportunity again to speak to the consciences of our colleagues at the level of plenary. First, let me start with the issue that has to do with the letter from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I sat in my room and then I walked around and I heard family members, friends crying about their children out of the country. They went for a scholarship and at the end of the day, they are being captured into child trafficking, human trafficking, all sort of activities. All sort of trafficking. So I thought that it was important that we call the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Labor, and these institutions that put us around education to be able to tell us what form of mechanism they are putting into place to be able to curtail what is happening to our brothers and sisters in foreign countries. I also went further to realize that vast majority of the brothers and sisters that go for foreign scholarships, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is not aware. Some people goes in their own rooms on the internet and just Google a scholarship and found a scholarship. They and their parents will finance the entire trip, do everything. At the end of the day, when they go out of the country, they either fall into trafficking, fall into trafficking. At the end of the day, the burden comes on the government, precisely the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Or recently just brought in 17 or 7 persons back from Nigeria. Some people say scholarships in Canada, which of course all of these scholarships are not realistic scholarships. They are schemers on the internet. So at the end of the day, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Education, the government of the Government Bureau is the one that take the trouble when a family member, private citizen find their own scholarship. At the end of the day, the burden comes to the government. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and that of the different institutions that are listed in the communication should be brought in to the committee that you said to be able to explain what mechanism are they putting into place. If they can say anybody who have a private scholarship when you go in, at least the Ministry of Foreign Affairs should be notified. They know which country you're going to. Then they'll be able to track you to know as to whether when you are being trafficking or something is happening to you, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be able to account for you. That's one. On the second communication, like I said, I want to say thanks to my brother Alex Noah from Sino County. All of us are from the Leeward counties. The issue about salaries of our staffers, it is completely troubling. It is troubling that you have a COS who makes $695. The government of Liberia, I just realized that my money that I can take, the government is taking $2,158 from my money for all the $5,000 that I can pay. You understand what I'm saying? So if a COS is making $695 and the government of Liberia is taking $130 from the COS money, I brought a COS from where people the $500 direct money is working for. It is true, Mr. Speaker. If you move to the executive branch of government, somebody generator is using $3,000 per month. Generator. Somebody car is using $2,000 per month on air condition, other stuff. Why should we bring people, children here, and we are the first branch of government, and we just throw them on the bus? You know what I'm saying? I will go there.
Go there, I want to see you go there.
There is a reason why. There is a reason why Alex said we should open the conversation because a lot of brothers here, a lot of lawmakers here, they face a similar problem. Can you imagine? Every weekend, your COS, your office staffers are looking at you, asking you to be able to give them weekend. It is troubling. It is disturbing, Mr. Speaker. So I want us to make sure, Mr. Speaker, if this budget comes, honor your gavel and honor the gavel of Honorable Thomas P. Fire. Honor the 55th National Legislature. Let us be able to work towards the increment of our staffers in our office salary so that at least a COS can be able to buy a small car after 2-3 years in office. That's one. Coming to Stand down. You know, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, whenever you are covering such of information, we always have pockets of resistance. Yeah. So I think all of us here, we need to take this issue of our staff very serious and run with it. When the budgets come, we will be categorically clear about our staff in our offices, because we go to the government ministries and agencies. The chief of office staff to a minister is equated to an assistant minister. So the chief of office staff to a lawmaker who control almost 50,000 human beings. He should also be equated. You understand what I'm saying? So why would you give your post 600? That's one. Two. In our counties, Mr. Speaker, if you know, vast majority of all that here, we keep on the back of the young generation. They are super young people. In the county, in the district, there's no youth coordinator. So you go to the place, there's nobody to coordinate. You get district coordinator, that one fine. But we need youth coordinator. We need women coordinator. We need religious coordinator. All these things, we need physical people with disability, physically challenged people. We also need to have a coordinator for that in our counties. I'm coming, Mr. Speaker. I'm not going to the secretary staff and other people.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. So, obviously, so extended. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, so this position are very much carried on in our various districts. All of us know. Time for elections, those are the people we use again to go run campaign for us. We need to take their livelihood serious. There is no way they're not making farms, they're not doing anything. Every money they count, they're working for us. Only issue about the central administration, Mr. Speakers, you know very well. All of us will hear. These staffers, all the bar rooms, they are the one working. The people exchange the bar room on a daily basis. People, family are playing with the bar room and working there. See outside. See the workers there. They're working, Mr. Speaker. If you make any history here, I'm quick and indulgent, honor your leadership. Be the one to change the story of the staffers in this building. Come in, look at the brothers and sisters sitting here. Call them stenographers, that kind of family you're getting. Stenographers. Go and see their take-home pay. It is troubling, Mr. Speaker. I am not buying any sentiment from anyone, but let us be realistic. Because I have done, can you imagine one executive director, I won't call his name. He called me and took all his whole payroll of an entity and gave it to me. I was reading through. Mr. Speaker was saw some money. When they say administrative assistant, then I compare it to our own taking 250. I said, well, hey, Mr. No, I get 1,002. They want you get small, allowances behind it. So, Mr. Speaker, we are the people deputies. We need to inform the Ministry of Finance. When they come here that budget, we will make sure that the issue that bothers about our staffers, let it be taken seriously, central administration, our stenographers, at the end of the day, so that when you pass it in the or when they say boo, 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 you will sleep fine. When they say farashe, you will sleep fine. I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to make sure you know farashe and you know. Thank you so much.
You got farashe now?
Okay, decent elaboration, we now follow the motion that was spoken already.
Your great man up here. Your great man.
Honorable Chief Next. Honorable Chief next. Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant. They say only 2 beans to the proponent. As already, honorable gentlemen from Nima County, please accept. What is Sergeant one?
Honorable Richard Namwekong, Speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Honorable Speaker, Reference. Confirmation of official venue for the ECOWAS Parliament's delocalized joint committee meeting. And herewith write in reference to the communication from Her Excellency Madam Haja Memunatu Ibrahimina, Right Honorable Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament, here to attached, inviting you to attend the opening ceremony of the delocalized meeting of the Joint Committee on Administration, Finance and Budget, Industry and Private Sector, Public Accounts, Macroeconomic Policy, and Economic Research of the ECOWAS Parliament under the theme, quote-unquote, assessing the effectiveness of the ECOWAS investment policy as an instrument for addressing the rising levels of unemployment in the sub-region, scheduled to take place in Monrovia, Liberia, from Monday 16 to 20 June 2025. In cognizance of the above, it is my pleasing duty as head of the Liberian delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament to formally inform you that the opening ceremony of this meeting will be held at the RLJ Kenija Resort and Villas, Broward International Airport Highway in the city of Painesville, Montserrat County, beginning at 10 a.m. on Monday 16 June 2025. Whilst thanking you for your consideration, please accept, Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest esteem for and on behalf of the Liberian delegation. Signed, Senator Edwin Melvin Snow Jr., head of the Liberian delegation of ECOWAS Parliament. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a communication from Senator Snow on behalf of the ECOWAS delegation, informing you of the confirmed venue of the stated meeting to be held in Monrovia. Noted.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Take it what you get.
I'm working for the mayor.
No, don't do that.
Hold on, gentlemen, hold on.
You should even be asking me.
With the communication from Senator Melvin Snow relating to ECOWAS delegation, what is your way of pleasure, Mokolis?
You're going to crush it, fire, you have to crush it.
From a full formula.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and distinguished colleagues. Mr. Speaker, what we are aware of is that initially we have signed a resolution that takes into consideration all of our actions that they were legal. When it comes to the issue of ECOWAS, we took a decision, and we believe leadership need a meeting with the Speaker of ECOWAS before we can show a date as to how we proceed. Because there are issues that are very germane to this House, there are principal issues, there are legal issues. Moreover, this is a legislature. We are aware in the face.
Please allow the honorable mayor to. Mama, please allow the gentleman to speak.
Agree to rectify this issue. It's not going to be rectified here.
Please allow the gentleman to speak. Please allow the gentleman to speak.
I wouldn't take it, and you should stop them from doing it.
Please continue.
Mr. Speaker, we are here working for the Liberian people. We are not working here for foreign bodies. We here. I move, having listened to the communication, that the said letter be open for discussion, and thereafter be sent to leadership. Can't talk to everyone.
Communication be sent to leadership. Are you already with vote? How about you? Hold the discussion. How about you?
member of the delegation. All you need to do is to throw light on what's going to happen. You can't say that this guy keep dominating.
You know, we have issue with delegation and going to ECOWAS. You don't have issue with that. Please understand this.
You're not people. Say it from you ever brief us? You're ever meeting, you ever brief us? What you discuss, what you do there, you can brief us? No, never understand the section here. Do you understand? You have never brief us. Say it from us. Remember, brief us here. Remember, understand? So let me tell you now. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Remember, you had a deal with us.
There's no way the head of delegation come from the first preside is that so we're not allowed to the one session. If you continue the same session, then you can have it on the table. It's not your hand of ball. How about you? This will be fine. Yeah, that's good. Mr. President, when someone went to ECOWAS, he said what he's supposed to say. He said it only but you don't have the authority. You can't come and tell me. Almost only thing allowed the gentleman to have his go. How about you? Please continue.
Mr. President, Mr. President, if my memory can recollect, during our last crime for a base, an issue regarding the way ECOWAS treated this body, in my mind, no. But this is the biggest political theater, and it behooves us to push things in the interest of our country. So when one person is speaking on an issue, though he may have a discernment to that issue, but give the person the opportunity to express. Mr. President, the issue of ECOWAS, it is true that we are a founding member of ECOWAS. For the fact ECOWAS have chosen Liberia to be one of the areas to delocalize our activities, we welcome it. But in the same vein, the leadership of ECOWAS and the leadership of the House of Representatives must meet to table some issues that unfolded in the past so that we can be on par for the decentralization in question. So with that being said, I want to engage the floor to all and if possible, I may come back to make additional contribution.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Distinguished Colleagues. Before proceeding into my point, I want to make to quickly say to this august body, as far as my memory is concerned, the communication that was thrown out from Oresimo was on the basis of allegation against the government of Liberia. The issue of the ECOWAS dedication coming to Lagos said communication was not thrown out. So that's the first correction I want to make. As I continue one, the first thing I want to say, Mr. Speaker, colleagues, is this perception that Senator Snow is the head of delegation. If you read Article 33 of our Constitution, it states word by word. It says, simple majority of each house shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business, but a lower number may adjourn from day to day and compel the absentees of absent members. Whenever the House of Representatives and the Senate shall meet in joint section, the presiding officer of the House of Representatives shall preside. Though I am not a constitutional lawyer and do not want to be one, but my understanding from this reading is whenever the House of Representatives and the Senate meet, it is the House that will preside over said meeting. So the delegation to ECOWAS comprises of a member of the House and a member of the Senate. Said delegation cannot be headed by a senator. Per the reading from Article 33 here, said delegation should be headed by a member of this plenary. That's one thing I want to make there. And I come quickly to Honorable the senior veteran from my DB, Honorable Abba Jones' statement. Plenary is the highest decision-making body. And in plenary, it is the highest decision-making body, Mr. Speaker. Please do not allow your gavel to dethrone the authority of plenary. The gavel should ensure that plenary remains the highest decision-making body. What am I trying to put forth here? I'm trying to convince my colleagues that we took a decision to recall members at ECOWAS and re-elect new officials or delegation to ECOWAS. And when the court rendered the opinion that our actions was illegal, we came by, gentlemen please, we came back to this same plenary. We passed a resolution, and that resolution mandated this plenary, the Liberian government, ensuring that everything that was done, which the Supreme Court said it was illegal, was legal. So if colleagues who doubted and who claim the legitimacy of that action are all signatories to that resolution, including my own forever leader, they are all signatories to that resolution. So I think, Mr. Speaker, we need to be serious here that the current delegation to ECOWAS, they are not representing us. The only person whom I know among this current delegation who is elected by this plenary that represents the House of Representatives is our member Bruce Mensah. We have our Augustine Chobolo and our Samson. We are to join her there in order for our delegation of this House to be completed. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I would want to conclude by saying to you, I think it is expedient enough that your leadership takes heed of this matter. Be able to work along with the leadership of the ECOWAS Parliament in ensuring that the current leader of the current delegations of the delegates that were elected, duly elected by this House of Representatives, form the full reflection of our Parliament, thereby representing us. Thank you so much.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, let me quickly align without repeating word by word few critical things that the distinguished previous speaker have highlighted. The issue concerning the communication from the ECOWAS Parliament, as my previous colleague indicated, we recognize that ECOWAS is a very unique, if not very important body, regional body, of which we are part of. But I want to add quickly to the voices to say that we also expect our colleagues who represent us at the ECOWAS Parliament to also consider a mandate and responsibility vis-a-vis this August body, since ECOWAS play a critical role and pivotal role in this region. it's going to be important that plenary we are kept up to date instead of receiving communication on things that we have no idea about. So my very first thing is to ask my distinguished colleagues, the representative, who represent us periodically at the ECOWAS Parliament, to be able to provide a sort of a report to us on critical issue of this nature. I think at first. The second thing, and as I close, is to clearly agree with my colleagues that we cannot ignore the fact that this leadership, this August body, and the regional body, there is some disagreement or certain things that need to be clear. And I think, Honorable Speaker, we think that leadership should just cease of this and try to work through everything else so that we will be able to move forward on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Fellow colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I think the resolution that people are quoting, the resolution has been signed in the interest of the House and in the interest of our country. It's not to be reawakening. The reason I'm saying that people are making mockery out of signatory to that resolution. Now, the reason that the issue of ECOWAS is important, and Mr. Speaker, your leadership, it should be reflected, that which will also bring harmony amongst us as people representing our people. Mr. Speaker, I think ECOWAS is now refusing from the quote-unquote back and forth between the ECOWAS and at the time the majority black. The reason ECOWAS descended.
You speaking for ECOWAS now?
Give me my time. Give me my time. Everything. Not telling you, give me my time. And the reason they said that, Mr. Speaker, even your own committee, that you are constituting as a speaker, it has a time bound. So, for example, ECOWAS is saying, for example, the members are being sworn in, for example, at 3 years. So if anything happens and that member tenure is not over, it is ECOWAS' responsibility also to get in. So,
Mr. Presiding, Mr. Co-Presiding, colleagues, Mr. Presiding, during my remark, I said plenary is a higher decision-making body. Beyond, I listened to the old gentleman from San County District Number 3 saying that ECOWAS has a time ban. I want you to know that he was the chair of Commerce and Industry. Today, as we speak, is he the chair on Commerce and Industry? No. He has been removed. And it is based upon
Information cannot sustain information. Information will on the floor. So wait. Information will on the floor. Continue.
It is based upon the decision this body took, and because plenary is a higher decision-making body, it means that plenary decision today have taken him from the chairmanship on Commerce and Industry, so he cannot be saying what he's saying.
so Mr. Speaker,
Information I will say.
all that I'm
I will give information.
We have to.
We can be at the seat.
We'll come at the response to the material. We have to leave settlement and discuss the issue. Our group are glad that the member is elected or appointed to each of our committees a certain number of years, 3 years. Those members decide what we did illegally and keep myself in the base. Those members were removed For any regular and legal process to follow, we have to go after the set of peace, let it go. Those persons international bodies have their will. It has a country who are leading the bad by the will. You have to forget it. We have 3 years, gone 2 years almost. We have 3 years. Let me very respectful to everything we stand up to. We have to leave this thing. And so once we agree to them and help us they have their own rules, we have to abide by them.
We're not working for ECOWAS yet. We're working for ECOWAS.
Let the gentleman conclude.
And I said nothing.
Thank you so much. Let's take seats of the matter.
Honorable Speaker. ECOWAS.
You want to speak on the issue?
ECOWAS.
Come with leadership, please.
Mr. Speaker.
It's okay. Nobody will come to us. Leadership seats are a peace. Leadership seats are a whatever brings better. Leadership seats are a. On the chief flag. Next. I said next of the study of the leadership. If I open another door, you have to also make it whole. Okay, with you need to control the noise. Honest people, you need to control the noise on the floor. How much you can listen to you? Honest people, you need to control the seats. How much will it be at the seats? So the whole everybody is here. Our people, you let them out this way. Yes. You were told today. I told you, who got the lesson in the talk? Who got the lesson in the talk? Next. I'm going to be on the seat. And stop it.
Dear Madam Speaker, I have the honor to present my compliments and submit to your office 78 copies of the annual financial statement fiscal year 2024 for use by the Honorable House of Representatives. In the provisions of the Public Financial Management Act, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning is responsible for the control and accounting for the consolidated public policies held on behalf of the government of Nigeria. Under the provisions of the same Act,
Please have your seat.
we are required to prepare audited financial accounts of the national budget to be submitted to the Auditor General 4 months after the end of the financial year, to which a means accept the assurances of my highest esteem. Sincerely, Anthony G. Myers, Acting Minister. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that's a reading of a communication from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, submitting 78 copies of the annual financial statement of fiscal year 2024 for your use. The copies have already been distributed to your offices.
Noted. Next. That's a leader. Motion for adjournment.
So LNTV will say thank you for sticking with us. This is the NAV sitting of the second quarter of the second session of the Honorable House of Representatives here. So today they have agenda on committee reports, and also they have communication from His Excellency Joseph Lima Boakai, and also they have communication from special statement from the speaker, communication from Anthony Williams. They also had communication from Augustine B. Chiwolo, representative of Electoral District 5, River County, requesting the indulgence of plenary of the House to invite the Minister of Health. And also they had publication from Senator Edwin Snow. They also had a communication from ECOWAS, communication from the Acting Minister of Finance. So now it is adjournment. We say thank you for following us. We are in the chamber of the House of Representatives. Here, there is LNTV.
Yeah,